Hey guys, welcome. In my previous RSI Mantis video, we did a basic tutorial on how to activate both the quantum snare as well as the quantum jamming device. And in this video, we're going to dive deeper into the quantum snaring utility of the Mantis. We're going to answer some of the viewers' questions by doing some fun but important tests. But before I start, I want to thank all my viewers for your kind comments and especially many of your constructive criticism. As a small startup content creator, I don't always make the best videos, even though every video I make, I do it with my best efforts. So your continuous suggestions, corrections, and criticisms are important for me to keep improving myself and my videos. Some viewers say that my videos often contain misinformation, so I will double my efforts to check and double check those information to make sure they are accurate. But if they are not, please correct me right away. And some say my videos don't explain things clearly, and it's quite confusing. So I will work on that as well to be more detailed and clear in explaining things. And some say that my videos are too long. They don't have time to watch a 20 minutes plus video. So I will put more work on the editing part to make sure that my videos are shorter and more concise. And yet, some viewers say that I have such a bad accent, and my videos are just too hard to watch. Oh well, I do have an accent. Probably a combination of Mandarin, Korean, British English, American English, and a little bit of Italiano. My wife doesn't even know what my accent is sometimes. And you know, when your wife couldn't understand you, then you've got a problem. So for this, I really have no workaround. But definitely try avoid watching my videos. And that will save both of us a lot of pain. Alright, enough said. Let's go set up some quantum snare and do some important tests. There are three very important questions from my viewers in my previous video. The first question is they want to understand the differences between quantum snare as well as the quantum jamming, even though I briefly explained it in my previous video. But here is the main difference. Quantum snare is to pull ship out of quantum travel. I don't think I need to explain that. But of course, you have to be in the right position in order to catch the ship that's doing quantum travel. And that is why we're testing in this video. Second important question is they want to know how to avoid getting snared during quantum travel. And that is one of the main purpose for these videos. I will explain bits and pieces throughout the video, but we'll also test that at the end of the video. The third important question is viewers want to know what is a timing for the quantum snare or how exactly it works. And we will answer this question by doing a little test. I brought Luke with me. I'm going to set up a quantum snare route that usually people don't travel because I don't want to bother player yet. We'll do that later. But for now, we're gonna set a quantum snare route from Crew L1 to Wicklow Emporium Cello Station. So a very short route. This is just an example. Speaking of setting a route, here is a very important website. It's called snareplan.doulas.eu. I'm gonna put a link down below. So here is how exactly it works in the simplest way. On your left-hand side, you need to put your origins as well as your destination. So you're setting a quantum snare for a particular route. For example, if you want to snare people traveling from Crusader to Nix Gateway, so origin is from Orison, and then destination will be Nix Gateway. And then bottom says show results. Of course, you can go to expert mode. I have no idea how that works yet. So I'm just gonna use the simplest mode, show results. And here we go. This is a route. If you look at the route instruction here, it will tell you jump from Orison to Nix Gateway and stop at 6.8 gigameter remaining, which is where the red dot is at. And this will be the optimized location for this particular route. Now, knowing this actually helps people to avoid getting quantum interdicted. For example, you are traveling from Orison to Nix Gateway. You want to go to Nix. The number one and the best way to avoid the quantum interdiction is to change your route, zigzag. Don't just jump straight from Orison to Nix Gateway. For example, jump to Arc L3 But do not just simply jump to Arc L3 and stop there and then jump to next gateway. Stop halfway before you reach Arc L3. But make sure you actually jump for a little bit. Don't just jump for 10 seconds and then stop. And then you are really close to that route as well. Because if you stop somewhere right here, right above this line, and then start jumping toward next gateway, you can see the angle is getting shorter and shorter. Eventually, you probably will pass the quantum snare range. So jump further away and stop somewhere before you reach Arc L3 or whatever you want to jump to Mic L4 and then zigzag to next gateway. So avoid this area right here. So this map is also a very good way for you to plan how to avoid getting quantum snared. So that's tip number 1. Now, flip the coin, how to snare people. Let's do our test route. So we're going to start from Crew L1 and our destination will be the Silo Station, Wicklow Emporium, and then click Show Results. Because it's a short route, so the red dot is really close to the destination right here. And you can also see the range for quantum snare. This is a quantum snare bubble. It's 20 kilometers from the point of origin, which is your RSI Mantis. And the route instruction is jump from Coral 1 to Wicklow Emporium. Stop at about 930 kilometers remaining. Let's do exactly that. Jump. Ooh, 825. Okay, this is as close as I can get. And now let's activate the quantum snare. In my previous video, I explained in detail how to activate it and the keybind for it. So I won't be doing that in this video. So click. And now 90 seconds to charge. So the purple ball started first. So this is the quantum snare device. It's activating. There we go. Once you hear the sound again, it's activated fully. I think the confusion people have about the quantum snare is that even though when you activate the quantum snare, like right now, I'm just gonna click the trigger and then it will send out a pulse like this. This is like the EMP pulse. However, as long as you do not click a trigger again, just stay like this. This will be a continuous pulse around you for 20 kilometers. Just like this chart shows. Right now, I just activated this pulse. And then continuously, this 20 kilometer range is getting quantum snared. But what confuses us most is that for a lot of times, when you snare a ship out of quantum travel, in order to prevent him or her to fly away, you do have to activate the quantum jammer. So you will have to stop this quantum snare. So I'm gonna click a trigger again to stop it. And now it will enter a 1 second cooldown. Now it is stopped. So when I switch to the QED quantum jammer, I just turn on the quantum jammer, even though the animation looks exactly the same. But right now I am jamming the space, which is 12 kilometers around me, to prevent ships from using nav speed or jump away. Let me explain this clearly by doing an example. Turn the jammer off, turn the quantum snare on. Now it's fully charged. Wow, that is beautiful. All the particles. So by clicking that trigger, I just send out a snare bubble. As long as I do not click that trigger again, I'm gonna change to a different weapon loadout to avoid clicking that trigger. So right now, 20 kilometers of space around me is getting quantum snared. All right, Luke is going to do a quantum jump to Silo, Wicklow Emporium. All right, Luke has jumped. Oh, yes. Warning, quantum interdiction alert. Just watch Luke drop out of quantum. Oh, right here, really close, 450 meters. So that is Luke getting pulled from a quantum travel. And now, once Luke gets pulled out of quantum travel, on his screen, it says in interdiction field, while I am still on the snaring mode. I have not entered the jamming mode yet. So right now, Luke is going to try to escape because he wants to jump back to Corral 1. Let's see how far he can escape the interdiction field. I'm gonna watch his distance. It should be 20. Oh, yes. It's a little bit above 20 kilometers. He will escape my interdiction field. Now, here is something very important. In this quantum snaring interdiction field, which is 20 kilometers, Luke cannot do a quantum jump, but he can fly the ship in nav mode speed. I'm gonna fly Luke back into the interdiction field. 24 kilometers. Oh, yes, 20 kilometers. Luke has entered the interdiction field. However, he has the capability of using nav speed. The only way to prevent him from using nav speed is to switch this ship back to the quantum jamming mode using the right side of the device. Also, that is why if you want to do a good operation, it's best to have two mantises. One is only specialized in quantum snaring, keep the snare up, which will give you the added advantage of within 20 kilometers, they cannot do a quantum jump. And the second mantis will just do the quantum jamming within 12 kilometers. The jammed ship cannot use the nav speed. Two mantises together, you can lock down this area of space. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to stop my quantum snare and now turn on my quantum jamming. It doesn't need to charge. There's no pulse. So now when Luke wants to travel, you can see he can only fly in SEM speed, no nav speed, and he cannot do a quantum jump. Now 11 kilometers now, 12 kilometers, a little bit further. 13 kilometers. Oh, there we go. About 14 kilometers. There is a little bit of a buffer. So even though the range is 12 kilometers, but once you jam the ship inside, they want to get out, they have to go further than 12 kilometers. So we just test it. It's about 14 kilometers. You can jam that ship. And right now, Luke can do a quantum jump. And Luke is going to jump back to crew L1. And now let's do one more test. I'm going to use the quantum snaring charge. And now Luke is also on the way from Corral 1 to the Wicklow Emporium. So right now I am going to release this burst. Fire. But somehow I clicked the trigger again. I just stopped my quantum snaring. And now watch Luke. Oh, surprisingly, I pulled Luke out of quantum when I stopped my snaring. So maybe there is a little bit of a server delay. So even you stopped your quantum snaring, you can still pull Luke out of quantum. So let's send Luke back to Corral 1 and travel here again while I keep the quantum snare inactive like this. Perhaps there is still a remaining time after you stopped your quantum snare. Exactly for how long? Let's test it. Okay, Luke has arrived at Corral 1. I'm gonna jump back to the Wicklow station. It's about 2-3 minutes already while my snare is inactive. Oh, there we go. He just passed me by. Yep, this is about 2 or 3 minutes. So once you stop your quantum snare, the snaring capability will maintain for a very short amount of time, maybe less than a minute, I'm not sure. But definitely no longer than 2-3 minutes because Luke just passed this zone. So I hope these tests and examples clarify how exactly you use the quantum snare function on the Mantis. Now, the next test will be how to avoid quantum snare. For example, if you forgot to zigzag your route and then you're getting quantum snared. Let's experience that. I'm gonna have Luke set up the quantum snare here and I am going to jump back and forth. Let's go. Now pay attention to the audio. Yep. Quantum interdiction alert. Huge shake. I think it takes about 3 seconds before the first alert until you get pulled out of quantum travel. And Where's Luke? 1 kilometer, really close to that ship. And now I am in interdiction field. However, I can use my nav speed. So I'm gonna fly away. So 20, yeah, there we go, online. Now jump back to Corral 1. Jumping back to Wicklow Station, but this time I'm gonna try to fight the quantum interdiction. To fight that or escape that, you have to keep constantly alert. The moment you feel the shake and hear the warning sign, you have to stop your quantum by cutting off your engine. Interdiction, and cut your engine. Right now we can see, because Luke's markers there, is 109 megameters, so far away from the quantum interdiction field. So this is another way you can escape it. However, some people say this is a bug. But as long as you still can use this way to escape quantum interdiction, use it. But of course, you have to keep constantly alert during travel, which means you cannot do autopilot anymore. Once you stop the quantum interdiction field, all you need to do is to divert your route, change to a different route to approach the Wicklow Station, or just divert your route from the beginning, as we said earlier. So I'm gonna change my course to Corral 2 and jump. And then when I jump a little bit, I stop. And now I divert my route to Wicklow Station. See if I can do that. Okay, jump. There we go. I just avoided Luke. And I have arrived at Wicklow Station. So 2 best ways to avoid getting quantum snared. And how to quantum snare both sides of the coin in one video. Wow, look at that. Alright guys, this is it. Please leave in the comments below if there is anything I missed or what else you want to know about the quantum interdiction, quantum snaring, or the quantum jamming. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.